According to the National Center for Education Statistics, about 1 in 5 students ages 12 to 18 reported being bullied during school. Our next guest was viciously bullied when he was a young boy. 4 decades after being bullied, he found a path to healing and forgiveness completely by accident.
He's written all about his trauma and healing journey in a new book called The Art of Being Bullied, Reframing Trauma one masterpiece at a time. We'd like to say good morning to Ray Brune, who also happens to be the very first producer of the KTLA 5 Morning News. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's a lot different than when I was here in the 90s.
I know, but you helped to launch this place. And before we get to your wonderful book, I do want to ask you, you were here from 1991. The show started, you were here for 6 years.
Yeah.
You hired Sam Rubin and Eric Spillman.
Right.
You were working with Gail and Mark, all the originals. And I just wondered, did you know that it was going to be a special groundbreaking thing?
Absolutely not. It was a whole bunch of new KTLA employees and a ton of new KTLA viewers manifesting something in the morning that had never happened before.
Yeah.
You know, it's personality driven. It's not about the content as much as it is about you guys. And that's what that show was. And then you guys inherited it and you took it over and you've even gone further with it. So you could never plan this. I mean, we could never have planned this.
I hope you're proud.
Oh yeah, I'm very proud. I mean, the biggest part though is I could never top it in my career. Yeah. You know, this KTLA is always, you know, the big thing in my career, which is fine because I'm very, very proud of it. But you know,
and we want to get to your book, but the hiring of Sam Rubin, he was a gutsy guy. We know about Sam. He had chutzpah. And that's how he got on this show, right?
He was fearless, except when he wasn't.
Right. That's so well put.
Yeah. He couldn't wait to come on the air and tell everybody, oh my God, you won't believe what I just found out about so-and-so.
Yeah.
The minute he walked in the door in the morning, he'd come to my desk, you're not going to believe what I heard about Dean Cain this morning.
But he called you, right?
Yes, he called me at 4 in the morning. And it's a good thing
Asking
because
for a job.
I was driving from Detroit to moving here, and I happened to see him on the Joan Rivers show. So that's how the first time I ever saw him. So when he called, I at least had a reference to who he was. So he was fearless. He lived for what he did, and you know, people at home should just take that with them and realize that you got to be very passionate about what you do because people loved him for that.
Yeah, sure. Ray, I want to talk to you about this book. Something we didn't know about you. You were bullied over 40 years ago. You wrote this book, and why did you decide? And even, you know, from the top when I said it took you decades to get to a point where you kind of were able to work through the trauma of that.
Well, keep in mind that, you know, this bullying happened in the 70s.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm now 62. Yeah. The trauma follows you. It doesn't go away the minute the name's, you know, calling stops. It's right there. For most of my life, I've been very socially isolated. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to do anything. You know, people at KTLA would tell you, we didn't go out for drinks. I didn't go out with anybody. Because of all that bullying, I just wanted to hide. And I'm still that way to a big degree. But the thing for people to understand is you can reframe those memories, and that's what I did in this book. Was I discovered ways to take the bullying, like the picture from the dodgeball, you know, and it was really a battlefield for me, and so that's what I created. The Dow-E program created that for me, and it was just like, wow, that's exactly how I see it. And the purple was my color, my school colors. So it just fit perfectly.
And that's how it felt to you.
Yes, it was a battlefield for me, and it's still there, but it's easing some of that pain. It really is.
You had PTSD events throughout all of this, and one happened in Hollywood. Tell me about that.
After I moved back from GMA in New York, I was driving to Hollywood High School to donate a computer because I didn't need it anymore and I didn't want to throw it away. I'm driving down Highland, about to turn right into the Hollywood High School parking lot. My brain just took over and it made me swerve into oncoming traffic. I thought, what is going on? And after sitting on the curb for like 15 minutes, I realized my brain was saying, that's a high school.
Yeah.
that's dangerous. That's where you got all this trouble from. Don't go there. And it scared me because I had never experienced something like that before. And then I realized I'd never gone to a school after that. So, of course, I wasn't going to experience that until that very moment it happened.
In the book, you talk a lot about healing. And I'm guessing other people who have experienced that trauma at a young age, have been bullied, maybe you want to push it away. You don't want to think about it again, but you were able to work through that to heal. What do you hope people get from this book, and how can it help them?
It's not just about bullying. It's about any kind of trauma you have. You can reframe it in your mind by seeing it in a different point of view. And I discovered that completely by accident. I'm looking at things, I'm going, oh, this is so cool. I never realized that. And it relieved a lot of that trauma. And that's what I want viewers to know, is they can do that at home. It's cheap, it's easy, it's simple, as long as you have a computer.
Yeah. Well, I hope that it does reach people, and we're going to tell people how they can get the book. But Ray, thank you for everything you've done for us.
Thank you. Well, thank you for carrying the tradition on. I owe you for that, too.
Thank you. Once again, Ray's book is called The Art of Being Bullied, Reframing Trauma, one masterpiece at a time. It's available on Amazon right now. For more information, you can go to rightbrainrain.com. Ray, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you, guys.